Welcome to Chatterbox, the place where too much talking is a good thing. Thank you for joining me today for our intermediate to advanced English lesson. I haven't done one of these in a while, and so today I think a daily news article would be appropriate. Daily news are great for our intermediate to advanced readers because it helps them build their vocabulary and apply critical thinking sometimes, or just allows them to think um, about what they've read. They can have conversation about what they've read. So it opens up their minds and it helps them to keep current with what's going on in the world as well. But first, let's look at some vocabulary words we found in this article. First words: unidentified flying objects or UFO. This is a mysterious object seen in the sky for which it is claimed no scientific explanation can be found. Fighter jet: a fast jet-powered military aircraft designed for attacking other aircraft. Danger: the possibility of suffering harm or injury. Altitude: the height of an object or point in relation to sea level or ground level. Aliens: supposedly from another world. Suspect: have an idea or impression of the existence, presence, or truth of something without certain proof. Spying: work for a government or other organization by secretly obtaining information about enemies or competitors. Debris: scattered pieces of rubbish or remains. Tracking: note the progress or course of something. So these are some of the words found in the article. Hopefully the meaning will help you get through the article a little easier and you can relate sentences with these words to other sentences with these words. So let's move on to the article. Again, the title is Balloons and Aliens. Strange goings on are happening in the skies above North America. This month, U.S. fighter jets have shot down four UFOs, unidentified flying objects, in U.S. and Canadian airspace. Officials said the objects were balloons that were causing a danger to airplanes. They were flying at an altitude of around 40,000 feet, or 12,200 meters. The White House said yesterday that there were no signs the objects were linked to alien life. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said, "I don't think the American people need to worry about aliens with respect to these crafts." Earlier in the week, a U.S. official said aliens could not be counted out as a possible explanation for the balloons. The balloon saga has created tit-for-tat exchanges between the USA and China. U.S. officials suspect the balloons were being used for spying. However, they have no proof of this. Rescue teams have gathered debris from the balloons off the U.S. coast. Experts are currently looking at the electronics they have found. China said the balloons were for tracking weather patterns. It has denied they were spy balloons. Beijing has claimed that U.S. high altitude balloons have flown in China's airspace without permission more than 10 times in the past year. The White House said this was untrue. A balloon shooting in early February resulted in U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken canceling a visit to China. So, this was our article. Simple two paragraphs, I hope it wasn't too difficult. Now let's move on to some questions relating to the article. First question. What was happening in the skies of North America? I'll give you some time to find the answer. Okay, I hope you were able to find the answer to this question. What was happening in the skies of North America? The answer is US fighter jets have shot down four UFOs in US and the Canadian airspace. You can find this in the first paragraph. The second question is, were the objects linked to alien life? I'll give you some time to think. All right, so for the second question, it read, were the objects linked to alien life? And the answer is no. Why was it no? You could find the answer in the first paragraph. It says, the White House said yesterday that there were no signs the objects were linked to alien life. Let's move on to the third question. What did the US suspect? I'll give you some time to think. Okay, the third question asked, what did the US suspect? And the answer is, the US suspected that the balloons were being used for spying. Where can we find this? It's in the second paragraph. Now to the fourth question. What did China say the balloons were used for? I'll give you some time to think. Okay, so the third question again. What did China say the balloons were used for? And the answer is tracking weather patterns. You can find this in the second paragraph. Here, China said the balloons were for tracking weather patterns. Now let's move on to question 5, our final question for this article. What claim did Beijing make? I'll give you some time to think. The question read, what claim did Beijing make? And the answer is, they claim that US high-altitude balloons have flown in China's airspace without permission more than 10 times in the past year. You can find this answer in the second paragraph. This brings us to the end of our lesson. Thanks again for joining me for our daily news lesson today. I do hope this lesson was enjoyable for you, or interesting, I should say. And I do hope you'll be able to use the vocabulary learned in this lesson at some point in your English speaking endeavors. Also, feel free to reach out on social media and have yourself a wonderful day. Bye.